Morgan Wade, but I got an accent 'cause I'm from the down south. Now, by the way, they ask about Kim, and Andy's like, I heard this, I heard that, I heard this about Kim, I heard that Kim is in Florida. By the way, you heard that Kim is in Florida from this very podcast. FYI. I'm the one that had the run-in with Kim earlier this year, right? In January. And I loved Kim. And she told me this and that in Florida and her friend. And I'm like, sounds like you're living in Florida. This doesn't sound like you're just visiting. And then she admitted to me that she lived in Florida. And well, I came back here and I figured, who's listening? Who is really listening to Behind the Velvet Rope? Millions of you listen, but sometimes I forget that because I sit in the comfort of my own home, except for when I have to go to the studio. And I said, well, I ran into Kim and she says she's living in Florida. And I just figured you would listen and you would say, that's very interesting, David. Well, it actually made the press. And then it was all over that Kim lives in Florida. And now Andy is saying that I heard she's living in Florida. Well, that is because of me. It's not kind of because of the Behind the Velvet Rope podcast. It's not maybe because of the Behind the Velvet Rope podcast. It's 100% because of the Behind the Velvet Rope podcast. Guess what? I'm secure. I don't need credit. I actually, truly, from the bottom of my heart, don't care. Credit's always nice. I just care that you guys fucking listen. Really, truly, that's all I care about. Okay. So, but let's just be very clear. Kim living in Florida, Andy heard that. You heard it from me, sweetheart, darling Cone. Are there any gay men in New York that truly have met Andy that have something great to say about him? I don't know. Slip into the DMs. I don't know about that. Anyway, that's why. And they say that Kim is doing better. She's doing better than the last time she was in the press. Doesn't really sound like she's doing so great from that interaction. Granted, there are sisters. I don't expect them to, rat out their own sister. So now we get into the end and the takedown. Sutton, I also love that these classy ladies, they all are like, fuck this and fuck that. I don't know what was in the water at Amity Regional High School, but Dorit and I both seem to have disgusting foul mouths. But now we have Sutton and we're doing a montage, and Sutton is like, what do you fucking want from me? We all know Dorit loves the C word and this and that, and Sutton versus Dorit comes back to this when Sutton interrupted her talking about Jagger and the production told her, and Andy's like, well, maybe you should have said this is a very tense thing and a bad moment. Okay. Well, Sutton says whatever, and she's like, well, I didn't know how to interrupt, and Dorit is like, I thought you were Miss Manners. I thought you know everything. I thought you have Southern, you're on boards and charities. And Dorit, then we get into my favorite part that we started with. You're so vicious. Where is that woman with the beady eyes all season that hid behind confessionals? Where is she? That snare that you have. The one that makes the wallet comment Garcelle said. That was disgusting. Kyle said, you are disgusting. Apparently, when you call someone poor in this group, it's worse than using the C word. Dorit using the C word is fine. No one cares. But call someone poor, and these ladies are very upset. Poor is a worse word than the C word, apparently, right? So there you go. And Dorit is very upset. And she's like, where was she? And she's like, you're not exactly the Queen of Sheba. You live on a fucking main road. And Andy says, so you're chastising her for living on a main road in Bel Air? I'm sure there was a lot cut out because then and Tilly is like snaring, I live in Bel Air too. And then, I mean, I'm sure there was a lot cut out because Dorit's like, well, I love where I live. I'm sure there was a whole talk about how personally, I agree. I would rather live on a main road in Bel Air than live in Encino. So I have Team Sutton on this one. I'm here in LA this week, where I've been for a few weeks. I would much rather live on a main road in Bel Air than live in Encino. But Dorit's like, I love where I live. And Andy's like, you're chastising her for living in Bel Air on a main road. Jennifer Tilly's very upset. And Dorit said, yeah, I wouldn't want to live on a fucking main road. I love when these ladies swear. I can't help it. And then she tells us that life is all about love, and it's more than just your bank account. Your bank account, and by the way, Tilly is eating this whole time. They're focusing on her. There's more to life than your bank account. It's about love. And Jennifer Tilly is like, huh? I don't know about that. I have Simpsons money. I don't know about being more to life than money. Anyway, she says, you buy people. Who did I buy? Erika is so happy that this is, oh, you get her to read. Erika's basically saying to herself. And there it is. She's like, who did I buy, darling? She gets nasty. And Dorit is like, here she comes. Here she comes. Andy is so happy. He is very amused by Dorit. I am very amused by Dorit. We're both very amused by Dorit Kemsley. Let's see what happens next week. I got a lot to talk about Garcelle's walk off. Did you see this? And here's the thing. So this is really where I want to end. I really am so torn. I know I reported on this that Erika's leaving earlier in the week. It was Tuesday afternoon on our quick hit. I have from such reliable sources that Erika's out. I really just don't know if I believe it. If it's true, you definitely heard it here first, which isn't even my goal in doing this podcast, but this is kind of where you heard it first. But here's the thing. When I watch the show, when I watch, I'm like, they're not going to get rid of Erika. They're just not. She's Erika Jane. Andy loves her. Then when I'm not watching the show and time dissipates, I'm like, it would be such a smart move to get rid of her. It would just be Kyle and Sutton versus Dorit and Bose. And then there would be newbies and it would be more interesting. But here's the thing that then makes me think that they are going to get rid of her and that she knows it. I mean, we started the reunion. Andy said, how happy are you to be at the end of the couch? She said, yes. I don't know. I don't believe it until I see it. So I don't necessarily believe this is true. But to me, Erika is so checked out at this reunion. I mean, I know she's just kind of like, well, the check has cleared, honey. And the check is going to clear from this reunion. But I just am seeing Erika during this reunion, and I'm like, I think she knows she's not coming back at this point. So I don't know about this, but I just watch it. Go back and watch it last week, this week, next week. I just feel Erika kind of knows this is the end and she's checked out. So then I watch the reunion. I'm like, yeah, she is leaving. And how is this on a flyer, former housewife? How do they? I don't know. Granted, I don't even know if that's what I would call it, but I don't know. I'm back to thinking that she is leaving, but I just don't believe it. It's Erika. Why would they get rid of her? I just don't see it. I just don't see it. So I don't know. I'm very torn on this one. I'll be honest with you. I'm very torn. But I just think watching the reunion, it's somewhat telling that she just seems like it's a job and she's checked out and this is how she's going out. But I don't know. Then she's saying, I wish Garcelle would have stayed and, dealt with the issues next season. I don't know. I'm not convinced of it. This isn't me being like Melissa Gorga's 100% not coming back to Housewives. I'm not saying that about Erika. I really can see Erika back.